welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing an absolutely amazing drugstore matte foundation. I know, a matte foundation. I hate matte foundations, but this one I've found is absolutely amazing, so it is definitely worth a review. It's 2 years old. I'm really sorry, I'm really late reviewing this product, but you've never heard it from me before, so I thought I'd just jump on and give you my thoughts and feelings about the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. So if you are interested in knowing my views and opinions on this and seeing how it wears throughout the day, then please keep watching. Okay, so I touched on this product slightly in my full face of drugstore glam the other day. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it up here for you if you want to watch that a little bit later on. I didn't go into it in too much depth, and after I'd worn it for the whole day, because I didn't do an update later on, you didn't get to see how fantastic it lasted on my skin. Now it does say it's 24-hour matte. Let me show you the bottle. It's plastic, you know, it's not height of luxury. It is in a plastic container, but it's $8.99 or $10 in the US. So what can you expect really from that? It's the product inside that I am really interested in. Now it does say it's 24-hour matte. I don't care what tests they have done. If you've got a really oily skin, this is not going to last 24 hours. Nobody wants it to last 24 hours, but it's probably not going to last 12 hours if you've got a seriously oily skin. But it will do a really good job, and it will stay matte for a long period of time. Okay, so how does it stay matte for such a long period of time? Well, it's got perlite technology in there, which reduces the appearance of shine. It's also got absorbing minerals in there, which are like micro sponges and suck up any excess oil that you've got in your skin to make sure that you don't go super shiny. It's not got a cakey feel. It's definitely very lightweight, and it doesn't have a dull effect to it. The dull effectness means that it's not super flat matte. If you're wanting a super flat matte product, then this is not going to be the one for you. It's definitely matte, but you don't get that one-dimensional feel and that dullness to it. It's definitely got a little bit of a two-dimensional feel too, which I prefer personally. It's waterproof, and it definitely is waterproof because I tested that out with the kids at Splash Landings at Alton Towers the other day. We were in the water for 7 hours, and I've got to say everything apart from here was still intact after 7 hours, and this is my problem area. And it does say it's steam proof. I haven't tested that out yet, although Splash Landings was extremely warm. It's like a tropical atmosphere when you get in there. If you haven't been, definitely give it a go. My kids, well, it's their favourite place in the entire world. Okay, so like I said before, it is an extremely affordable product. This is £8.99 or $10. Because of that, you don't get the fantastic, beautiful, luxury packaging. It is plastic, you can't get away from it. It doesn't have a pump either. It's got a bit of a squeezy tube, and because of that, you can't really gauge how much you're putting on your hand. Sometimes you get too much, sometimes you get too little, which is slightly annoying. This is the shade Vanilla. It's slightly too pale and too cool for my skin, if I'm being completely honest, but I will warm it up a little bit with a bit of bronzer later on. Now, I probably use double the amount of this product as I would use in a high-end foundation. I just find that it doesn't have the coverage and it doesn't spread as well, but for a drugstore product, it's pretty good. I'm just going to pat this on with a brush and smooth this out. It does say it's high coverage. I think that's a little bit of false advertising. I don't think this is high coverage at all. You can build it up, but in order for it not to be cakey at all, I think they've lowered the coverage slightly. I'd say this is more of a medium coverage. You can still see a little bit of my imperfections through the foundation, but not too much that I am super bothered. You can already see that's mattifying down on my skin already. It will oxidize, by the way, so don't just look at the shade and think, well, that will match my skin tone, because it will go slightly darker once it's dried down a little bit. Now, anybody that is a regular to my channel will know I do not like matte foundations. I don't like the dulling effect that they give. I don't like the drying effect that they give also. And this does dry your skin out a little bit, and I think it's because of the absorbing minerals that it's got, which also takes out any excess oil that you've got in your skin to make sure that you don't go super shiny throughout the day. But because of the drying aspect of this foundation, I don't put it around my eye area because I don't want to dry that out. Nobody wants to dry that area out. We want to try and keep that as moisturised as possible. Now, I haven't used a primer today. I think primers are completely overrated and a bit of a gimmick to get you to buy another product with a foundation. I like to moisturise my skin and make sure that everything is really well cared for and my skin is well prepped, but as far as a primer is concerned, I tend to skip that stage. If you have found a primer that you absolutely love and you want me to try, then please do comment below. I'm always eager to try out new products, and every single primer that I've tried previously, my makeup seems to slide off my face within hours of using it, so I tend not to use them at all. I find them a bit of a waste of money, but if you found one that's really good, then please let me know. Okay, so the foundation has gone on seamlessly. It hasn't clung to any dry areas whatsoever. This is dried down to more of a powder finish. My skin feels absolutely beautiful. It doesn't feel like it needs setting in place at all. I would think that this would last, but habit. I like my makeup to stay in place all day. I am going to set it anyway. I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on my face and see how the rest of my makeup goes on top of this, and then I'll be right back. So this is the finished look for today. My makeup has glided on perfectly, seamlessly. It hasn't clung to any dry patches. It's looking very matte. I mean, I have put a little bit of highlighter on my cheekbone, so that isn't looking matte, that area, but that's what I wanted. But everywhere else, especially my chin area, which is extremely dry and feels gorgeous at the moment, and I'm going to try and not touch it throughout the day, but it feels absolutely beautiful. Everywhere else is still really, really matte. The main drawback of this product is in the UK I could only find 6 shades, and in this day and age 6 shades is just not cutting it. Now this has been out a couple of years, like I said earlier on, I am way behind on this product, but I really don't like matte foundations. If you can find your shade in this, this is a really, really good matte foundation. So I'm going to take this out for a really long spin today, and I'm going to check in a little bit later on to show you how the foundation is holding up. Will it still be matte? Will it be oily? Who knows? See y'all in a bit. Welcome to the check-in. It's now been 10 hours since I first applied the foundation. I am so happy with how this has gone. You can see that it is still matte. Some areas have a little bit of a soft sheen to it, more like a satin finish. It is not dewy, it doesn't look oily at all, and usually after 10 hours, any foundation that I put on usually looks quite oily. I have done loads of reviews on foundations, both high-end and drugstore, and not one of them has still been on my chin after 10 hours, and let me zoom you in. Here we go. It has just started to rub off on my chin area, but it's 10 hours ago that I first applied this, so I think that has done pretty well. As you can see, around my nose area, you can see that it is slightly shiny. Around here on my cheek, my pores are starting to look a little larger as they starting to get a little bit of a soft sheen on there. My chin right on the end is slightly oily, and just in between my brows I have a slight oily patch there as well, but it is nothing to write home about. This foundation has done so well. It must be a really good base because my bronzer and my contour are still intact and on my face, and usually after 10 hours they've disappeared and fallen off. So this foundation has managed to hold that in place. Let me zoom you back out. I am so super happy with how this has gone on today. I knew I was going to be because I've tried this a couple of times before, but I wanted you to see how good this looks after 10 hours. This is a drugstore foundation. It cost £8.99, and I know you don't get all the bells and whistles with this because, you know, it's plastic. It's $8.99, it doesn't come with a pump, but the product itself inside is so good. It's so lightweight, it really goes on seamlessly, it's so nice on your skin, it makes your skin feel so soft, and it dries down to like a powder finish. If you have dry skin, I wouldn't recommend this because this is going to dry your skin out a little bit more. It's not overly drying, but because of the oil technology in there, if you have dry skin, you don't have very much oil in there to begin with, it's going to take away a little bit of the oil that you really want to be keeping in your skin. So I wouldn't recommend this for you. However, if you have combination skin or oily skin, I would really recommend this. I have a seriously oily chin and this has held up throughout the day really, really well. Super impressed. And everywhere else has now got a slight soft sheen. Like I said in the intro, if you are expecting this to be 24-hour matte, if you have a super oily skin, it's not going to happen. Nobody is going to be able to give you completely matte skin for this length of time. But this does give it a really, really good go. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you aren't subscribed already, why not? Click on the red subscribe button and come and join the Pampered Wolf Pack. And I hope to see you all again soon. Bye.